We prepare more for a driver's license than we do to get married. That's reality. That makes no sense, does it?
Same shirt, different day. No matter, we have another interview from the Marriage Catechumenate Summit in Houston, Texas. And today we're talking to a lovely couple from California, Josephine and Sal Caruso. Together, they serve in marriage ministry and have a first-hand account of how important accompaniment is for newly married couples. We hope you enjoy this bonus interview, and hey, if you do, please keep a lookout for the full documentary coming soon.
I am Josephine Caruso.
And I'm Sal Caruso.
So you guys are from California, and you guys are
Yes.
doing marriage ministry out there together?
Yes.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your experiences of doing that in California. What are some of the particularities to that part of the country?
Couples are really wanting this type of catechumenate model of marriage preparation where they have mentors that can walk with them in the preparation phase and in the years following when things come up. And they have somebody to lean on and to guide them through those initial challenges.
I think it's a thirst in our parts, particularly in California. As St. John Paul II said, as the family goes, the family is the cell of society. So does the whole society go. And I think we found a keen example. Last night we went out with a couple here in Houston that was a couple we had met out of the country. And we looked them up, had dinner with them last night, and they were newlyweds. They were on their honeymoon when we met them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they said, "Oh, why are you here?" And we said, "We're attending this marriage catechumenate, conference and discussing best practices, etc." And they said, "Funny you mentioned that, because we're having a hard time adjusting." They had lived a virtuous engagement. They just got married, and they're in the first 2 months of marriage and going through adjustment pains. And they described all they were going through, and we explained to them that that's all very normal. It's all very normal part of life and adjusting to the married life. And it was surprising to them to hear that. But that's exactly why we need to accompany couples. When couples are detached from their parents, maybe different parts of the country, different cities, et cetera, that they have a sense of comfort, accompaniment, and a real dialogue and understanding of what it means to be married. Right? We prepare more for a driver's license than we do to get married. That's reality. That makes no sense, does it?
No, because we're going to spend more time in close communication with each other when we're married than we spend on the road, even if we've been driving for longer.
Exactly. So why not invest the time, effort, and make it something like, as an architect, we do continuing education every single year. In marriage, 0, unless you are part of, a Witness to Love program or a Be Light or something, or Encuentro, something that allows you to, grow in your marriage and your faith. Marriage is not perfect, but it's a most beautiful institution you'll ever be part of.
You've attended the summit. They've kind of, you've ran through the entire scope of, the different timelines, different parts of marriage preparation. What are some of the key things you're looking at? And you're just like, oh, these are things that I want to take away. These are things that we want to implement as we go back.
And I like what a father said at the very end, where he said, "Just do it." And that's a part of
Don't
our
wait for a program. Just do it.
Just do it. And it's just part of building friendships that we've kind of lost the art of. And that's what's special about Witness to Love, is that it brings that back, something that used to be very innate, and now we have to reform ourselves to be that support for everybody we meet, really.
That sense of accompaniment, right? And friendship and witness, and giving them that sense of community, right? Building community within our parishes. And that's kind of one of the, I think one of the greatest takeaways about Sharon and Sister from Vancouver had talked about the drip system, so where they sort of have the program where, within the first year of everyone that's married in Vancouver, British Columbia, they're all invited to a special dinner get together in that first year of marriage. And they also meet all these other couples that they never met before that also are newlyweds, So it builds community amongst them. It helps the priests recognize, the new faces and the new people in their own pews, if you will. And it just builds greater bonds, greater sense of community. And I think that's something that will only help us long run.
Any final thoughts as you're about an hour away from boarding on your flight?
Yep.
Well, it was wonderful to be here and be encouraged and to hear different
best practices.
Yeah, best practices and experiences that others have had. And it's just encouraging. And we need each other. I mean, even at all levels, we need support. And that's what the summit really helps and reignites the passion and keeps us going.
Yeah, I think it was impressive to see the level of support nationally, because literally there were people from all over the United States, literally. And it was interesting, in the first day and a half of the summit, we were sort of all over brainstorming and ideas from all different parts and places. And what was fascinating to me was that many of the same things we talked about in our little small group, all the other small groups came up with all the consistent ideas. There was like a beautiful sort of coming together in the last day where it all came to the same place that all of us were talking about, yet nobody knew that the other groups were considering the same things. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, and thank you for spending your time here at the summit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.